Yo, 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 and welcome to the after set. I mean the off season. My bad. I thought we was about to party. I told you I popped the gummy, so I'm thinking party. I'm in party mode. Thought we was about to do some mixes. This is the off season. I'm your host, OG Tim Wilson, and I'm up in here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Waves. What up, though, fellas?
What up? What up?
What
What
up?
up? What up? Now I did an extra shot in the last, so I'm on. This is gonna be shot number 3 for me.
Ooh,
'Cause
same
I
here.
poured it. I poured it for this show, and then I ended up drinking it because I was getting nervous because y'all was stepping on my movies. I'm running out of Crown. I'm running out of Crown. My bottle is very low, very low, very low. I'm almost out. I'm almost out. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope I don't go empty. Let's do this, fellas, because I sure hate to depend on somebody to send me another one. Cheers.
Yes.
Because if I was waiting on one from somebody, man, would I be waiting. So, y'all ready to rock and roll?
Let's get it.
Story number 1. I've got 5 topics, but one is so big, I toned it down. I actually had 3 more topics, but I just consolidated them into one.
Okay.
But let's start with Russell Wilson. Ain't that his name? The quarterback for Denver, used to play for Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all see what his wife had on the other day?
Woo.
Did you see the look on his face?
Woo. Yo, that was the look of a man who knows his wife is ready to take it from someone else.
Ooh, hey,
Yo,
ooh, hey.
Oh
better-
man, he had the look of death on his face.
that man need to start reading the Kama Sutra because he clearly ain't doing something right.
Well, you go out with your wife and she's wearing, you can see everything but the coochie pot. That's the only thing covered.
Mm-hmm.
Her honey pot, it was the only part that wasn't covered.
Yeah.
Man,
Bruh.
yeah, I'll say this. I'm a young man. I think I have the right to say this. You know, I pay that child support.
Bruh, I'm going to say this. There was a lot of hate floating around out there about it, but it wasn't coming from me.
Nope.
I didn't hate nothing about it. I ain't going front. I didn't hate nothing about it. Sierra, that was all right with me. You can wear it again.
He gonna be the next one slapping somebody at an award show.
The NFL honors this year for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Come slap somebody at the ESPYs.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh man, I got into a small tiff. It wasn't really a tiff, but I had to make a point with somebody today that I have a lot of respect for, so I'm not gonna mention their names. Popular person, so everything posted by this person gets a lot of love. I'll say it's a she. It is a she. So she had been posting back and forth about the Sierra thing, and I guess someone at some point had said that everybody was damn near naked at that event. So she posted a bunch of pictures of people that weren't, and some were dressed well, and some were like, yeah, but look what she got on, right? Uh, but
Right.
and of course, she's the kind of person that everybody that comments on her thread agrees with her because she's got power.
Right.
So I said, yeah, some of those outfits look better than were more tasteful. All of those outfits I said those outfits were more tasteful, and some of them were really actually very nice. I would even say nicer than what she had on. But who cares? Nobody. Because nobody's talking about that except as a side note to the conversation about Sierra. And
Right.
if it's important in their profession to get publicity, Sierra won.
Yeah.
Yep.
She won. You know
See,
what I'm saying? It's
only
like
thing
Chris Rock. I said, and like the great philosopher Chris Rock said, everybody's addicted to attention.
Mhm.
Yep.
you know, when it comes down to this, it comes down to a very simple thing for me, is when people, especially when women get mad about this, don't get mad at us men. Get mad at feminism. That's it.
Now, let me say this: if Lizzo would have wore that, everybody would have been okay with it. All
Mm-hmm.
of it would have been defending her for being proud of her fat ass, and that's all I gotta say. And that's all I gotta say. Let's move on. I thought I had my explosion set up, and I went for the explosion. Oh, I hit the dings. All right, let's move on. Moving on. Um, Colorado, University of Colorado. They got a new coach. I heard of this guy.
Mm,
Maybe.
think
Yeah,
so. I think he was pretty successful in his previous career.
kind of. Yeah. So he's drawn a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that Colorado had people at their opening spring game last year.
Mm-hmm.
This year's 34,000.
Wow.
Elite.
That is the coach prime effect for those that act like he don't matter. And for those that won't be able to catch the game, you can see it on ESPN. They are going to air on ESPN the Colorado opening spring game.
Wow.
Woo-wee.
That's the prime effect. That's why he makes the loots.
This man is
Because
the
he makes
Optimus
money
Prime
for
of
the
college
school.
football.
He's
Damn.
making money for the school.
Gosh.
Yeah.
If you go, if no, there's one thing everyone can say about this man is he is very much effective on this level.
And you know what? And first of all, I will say that it's making money for the school. The school is already saying, "Good job, good hire, well done," because
Yep.
they looking at the money.
Yep.
I've heard someone say they think he'll jump to NFL, but I've heard him speak on that, and I thought he was very sincere because I saw him speak on it, right, on like a documentary, and I thought it was extremely sincere when he said, "I don't want to deal with rich people.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I want to teach the kids. I want to feed this into the youth, and help these young men grow into successful grown men. But I don't want to be dealing with a bunch of millionaires. They ain't listening to me. They ain't hearing what I got to say. I ain't dealing with that. That's a different monster."
And
Yeah.
for him, I think where he's coming from on that is a same kind of aspect I have when like people close to me ask me, would I ever go to a higher level like that if I were given the opportunity? I'm not focused on that. I want to teach the next generation, the next couple generations of American football. And that's where Coach Prime, he gets nothing but love and respect from me on because I think he's in the exact same boat.
It is. There it is. All right, we gonna move on because I know he's sitting quiet, but don't worry,
He ain't
he
quiet,
gonna
he's
have a
frozen.
lot to say pretty soon. Oh, he
Shit,
was frozen.
he was frozen and he disappeared. Hey.
He totally changed the game on us. Look at him.
What the fuck just happened?
You just,
Yo.
you just did. You just standing off up in this bitch. All right. Well, you know what? We gonna move on because he'll have plenty to say. He'll have his time. Oh, real quickly. It is that time of year. It happens every year at this time.
Menstrual cycles.
March Madness.
Ooh.
Same
It
difference.
is March Madness. Probably I always said the second, but it's probably top, the greatest sporting event in America. If it's not greater than the Super, it's only that in the Super Bowl that it's the only Super Bowl is the only competition it has at being the greatest sports competition in America.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's just the most fun because the little guy gets a chance
Yep.
and be winning sometimes
Mhm.
and be good. Um,
Yep.
it's one and done. You know what I'm saying? You got to win 4 games to get to the Final Four. And I heard this conversation earlier, and one thing that make it like making it to the Final Four is bigger than winning it all, or
Yep.
just as big. Making it to the Final Four is a championship in and of itself. You get a banner, you get the hat, you get the shirt. More people remember the Final Four than they do remember the champions. I don't remember who won, but I remember it was this team, that team, it was Duke, North Carolina, blah 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 blah. You remember the Final Four,
Yeah.
right? So they were talking about how that's a cool thing that they make it so that you win 2 games the first weekend, 2 games the second weekend, and you get to cut the nets down because you're going to the Final Four. Wow.
Look, the number 4 and the number 3.
Wow.
There.
Okay.
That's the best you're
All
gonna get out
right.
of
So
me.
they
I honestly
have
have not
no
been paying
idea.
much
They don't have
attention.
no idea. So we're gonna do a bracket challenge.
Okay.
We're gonna do a bracket challenge. Not right now, but we're going to do a bracket challenge. Everybody, but you got a week, and next week we're gonna read off the bracket. So you got to do them. Actually, does it start Thursday? I think it starts Thursday.
Okay. Ways, I was gonna say, go ahead and get that in our docs.
So
And we
we'll
just fill
do
it
the
out.
bracket.
I'm gonna start writing it down right now.
We'll do
Now.
the bracket this week. And Friday we'll read them off. So what? So there'll be some games Thursday already. I'm not gonna cheat. I'm not on like Yahoo or one of these other sites
Okay.
and make it a thing so that you can't cheat. I got all the answers. You fill out the whole bracket and all the answers. I have all the answers. Your guess is as good as any. Don't get me wrong. That's how it works. But and then we'll go over the bracket when we come back next week and see
Okay.
where everybody at and how we did for the week. I wish we would have did this last week so that y'all could be prepared now. But we'll do it. I'll set it up and we'll do it tomorrow, and we'll read it off next Tuesday where we stand.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds fun.
I'm down.
Sound fun.
I'm interested. I'm enjoying that
It'll be
idea.
fun. It'll be
This
fun.
will be the
I'll
first
enjoy
bracket
it.
I've ever filled out.
It'll be fun.
Yes.
You get hooked. Once you do one, you get hooked. I'm telling
Okay.
you, that's the hook, and that's part of it. That's the hook. You will never look at March Madness the same after this.
Okay.
Even if you don't watch college basketball, you're gonna pick up a bracket. You'll start paying attention as they get to. You start noticing. I don't pay attention to the conference tournaments,
Right.
and I look at the conference tournaments and I can see who looks like what, and then I go bracket hunting. Okay, so maybe we'll stick to John in our bracket. In our bracket.
I like that idea. Let's get the Nasty Boys in one bracket
That'd be
or
fun.
set up the
That'll
bracket.
be fun. That'll be fun. And that way we can read the John's results too. Let's see here. I'll say the free agency is underway, but I'm gonna start. We're gonna just free agency here, but I'm gonna start with naming 2 that were big that came up before this barrage of stuff. That was Jalen Ramsey to the Dolphins.
Yep.
And the biggest blockbuster trade that really was the first domino to fall was Chicago trading away the number 1 pick to Carolina for South Carolina.
Yeah, they got
They gave him a whole state. Oh, they got 2 1s, 2 2s, and DJ Moore.
And a 5.
Yep, and a
And a
5.
5?
Yep,
Wow.
and a 5.
You know they had a 5. So, yeah,
Yeah,
they
5
got
for
a
next year, I
lot of
believe.
picks,
Or no,
a
24.
lot of picks, and a top and a good receiver and a great receiver.
a
Um,
number 1
a
receiver.
number
Yep.
one receiver, and then all those picks. So they got a lot to work with here, and
Mhm.
And then they went
so
off in
good
free
luck.
agency.
Ooh,
Yeah, and now we're going and yep, and there was free agents picked up this week as well. So the free agency gets crazy. The trades and free agency has been wild.
Yeah.
So Big Ed, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Say what you say. Speak your piece.
And I'm actually kind of happy because we actually got a decent linebacking core now. We picked up T.J. Edmonds and Tremaine Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
We picked up a guard, and we also late last night picked up a defensive lineman
Yep.
who coincidentally had more quarterback hits than the whole team last year.
Wow, that's crazy. That's great.
so they've been using that cap
So
space
here's a
brilliantly.
question I have, and I'll throw it at 2 ways since we let Big Ed get that shine there. Um, who's Carolina gave the world away for?
You know, everybody's still talking Bryce Young. I think Carolina's going a little different. I think they're going to either go CJ Stroud, or I think that number 1 pick, in all honesty, is a guy we all agreed should not be the number 1 pick, and that's Anthony Richardson. But I think that's who they're going to go with because they were more impressed with him, and they believe he's going to fit their system more, especially since tomorrow they have their first free agent wide receiver meeting with Adam Thielen.
Yep.
Interesting. I think it's gonna be Bryce Young. I'm one of those people. So.
I'm thinking it's going to be
I'm-
Bryce Young too.
I'm one of those people that's not digging too deep into this. I think Bryce Young is the truth. I think he's good. He played for Alabama, so he played against top-notch competition, even at practice. So I don't care if you think he's too small. He can find a way. He makes good decisions, and he's very talented. And I think he is the number 1 pick in the draft. And I think he's a good pick, but I wouldn't find him worthy of 2 1s, 2 2s, a 5, and my best receiver. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't do that. But I will say this, especially with all those picks, and on behalf of the receiver giveaway, they are kind of where starting with Christian McCaffrey, cleaning house and starting over.
Yeah.
Why you give away all your picks though? That's your building blocks.
Right.
You're supposed to be trying to get picks, not give them away.
Especially it's actually kind of they're probably going to end up with a high first round draft pick next year.
And that might be what they're banking on.
But that's going to go to the Bears.
Oh, but they ain't gonna give it away. Yeah, but they give it away.
So Brian Poles, man, you are a gangster chess player right now.
I
don't even
honestly
think that was chess.
believe-
I think they were just playing checkers, man. They gave a farm away for an unknown.
I personally think there's a strategy at play here that we just
don't see.
are not seeing.
It must
Yeah,
be.
there's got to be a strategy. I think they're going to go with CJ Stroud, number 1. That's personally. I really hope they don't go Anthony Richardson. I really don't think they're going to go Bryce Young. I think CJ Stroud is going to be their number 1.
I think it's Bryce Young.
I think it's Bryce Young.
If it's not Bryce Young, and gave all of that, if they gave all of that away and then they picked C.J. Stroud, they are going to look like the worst organization of all times.
Not necessarily
You
because
gave
CJ
up
Stroud
all of that,
is
and you let the best quarterback to give the best quarterback to the second best team. No, I don't think so.
But that's the problem is when you're talking about the best quarterback, it's the best quarterback for your system. CJ Stroud is the best quarterback for their current system.
Okay, I don't buy it.
No, they got a brand new coach. They got a brand new offensive coordinator.
I didn't even consider that.
So they're just putting in their system.
Yeah,
They gave away all their picks.
Exactly.
they really did. They gave
Thank
away
you.
everything.
That's the problem.
But here's the
So-
thing: they only gave away 2 picks this season.
and 2 picks next season.
They gave away their first
Mhm.
and their second pick this season.
That's great. And next year.
They're banking.
Well,
They're banking on
they give
something special.
next year they gave away the first.
Yeah.
And then the second is going to be year after next.
Yep.
Yeah. Either way, getting rid of DJ Moore was I wouldn't have done it
High
personally.
risk.
I would have kept him because you're going to need a
Extremely.
number one.
Yeah, and that's why I think they're gonna make a major pitch to get Adam Thielen.
Yeah, but I would rather have DJ
But
Moore.
with the season that that Thielen's had the last couple years, I mean they've
I'd
been
rather have
decent,
DJ.
but they're not number one season.
I'd rather have DJ Moore.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd rather have DJ Moore
especially
personally.
for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah,
Well, they might be
Yeah,
looking at money too, though. They
Yeah.
might be looking at money too. That's another reason to let's shake it down, move, get some, save some money.
Yeah,
Let's save some money. Get the quarterback and save some money. So that's another option. Moving on though, okay, because the Bears is not the only team that
Nope.
that made moves this weekend. A whole lot of other stuff shook out. David Carr who did he sign with?
the Saints,
Oh, the Giants made a major pickup. The Giants got
Darren Waller.
yeah, they got Darren Waller out of Vegas.
and they got him for
But
okay.
nothing.
A fifth round
They got him
pick.
for nothing. But when I take in consideration
The-
fantasy football,
Injury he's coming off of.
yeah,
What
it's
does Vegas know?
I can see why they got that.
What does Vegas know about that injury he just came off
Yeah.
of? Or how did
Yeah.
they treat him through it that he probably wanted out? You know, and it just wasn't made public in a public spectacle.
Well, what does Vegas plan to do now that they don't got one of the core parts of their offensive positioning?
Who's their quarterback? Didn't they pick somebody else?
Garoppolo,
Jimmy G.
Oh, they picked up Jimmy G. So
Yep. and they still got Brandon Jacobs. They still got Hunter Renfro. They still got Devontae Adams, and there's still a bunch of tight ends out there.
they
Yeah.
can get a tight end, yeah. And that may be
They could easily get a tight end.
maybe we'll see.
The one thing I will say about Vegas is no one's going to expect what's about to happen with Devontae Adams and Jimmy G.
I tell you who I think is going to shine a little more with Jimmy G is Hunter Renfro.
Absolutely.
He's a great route
Jimmy
runner.
G knows how to work those medium and
Yes,
short route
and
runs.
he's a great route runner. Great route runners they can work well with Jimmy G because he came with that Belichick system. He handles you well if you're doing your route, he can put the ball on you.
He knows how to chip away at your
Yeah.
And
defense.
Josh McDaniels is a coordinator too.
Yes,
I mean, is a head coach.
Yeah. Who's
that's his guy.
kind of like the third best quarterback whisperer.
He's
in
the
the
one
league.
that drafted Jimmy G.
I was about to say that was his first coach. That's his guy. That's his product.
Yeah.
Jimmy G that is his product. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know what else happened, y'all. It was so much. It's so much that I forgot.
There's a lot
You
that
think the
happened.
Lions is going to beat the Ravens' offer for Lamar? You think they're going to make a play for Lamar?
The Lions? No.
Yep.
No.
The Lions have a lot of faith in Jared
They
Goff,
do.
and based on his performance late season, I can absolutely understand why.
Okay.
He
Um,
fits what they're doing right now, and yeah, they're not ready to make a move like that for spend that dollar on a quarterback yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just seen a
While
lot
we're
of
on the
a lot of reports that have brought up Lamar in talks with Detroit. So
I tell you where I got a sneaking suspicion that I know where Lamar is going to end up some way, somehow.
where's that?
San Francisco.
I've also heard that.
I'm telling you right now,
Ooh.
I stick by this. Lamar is going to be the new quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't see that. I don't see
I don't
them.
think so.
I don't see that. I don't see Baltimore letting that happen. Baltimore
No.
has to allow that.
They have to allow that, but if they can't match Pittsburgh's
And I don't think
offer,
Pittsburgh gonna put it out there.
Yeah, I don't think Pittsburgh's gonna put it out there.
I don't think so. And they because they won't let Pittsburgh get it. No.
there's the other option of Indy, though. Indy just let go of Matt Ryan.
Indy going young.
Yeah, Indy's getting a quarterback in the
They
draft.
need-
Indy's going young. A team that needs a team that is a Lamar Jackson away from scaring everybody is the kind of team he'll go to.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Falcons.
nobody else going to find him worth the price.
No.
A desperate team that need a quarterback is rather get a young quarterback out the draft and as opposed to a Lamar Jackson.
Right.
And because he's not as expensive, so it gives us more time to build around him. Whereas a team like Frisco is a
ready to go.
Super Bowl threat
Yep.
with Lamar Jackson.
And they're a Super Bowl threat without even having a real quarterback right now.
Exactly.
That's the scary part. So if they get someone like Lamar,
Yes. That's the
throw
kind
the
of
ball.
team that finds him worth the cost, worth the price.
Yes.
Problem
absolutely.
is we got to
But
figure out
problem-
how to play him. How to make
Here's
that
the
happen.
problem. Who do they get rid of since they just signed Sam Darnold?
Trey Lance
He's the best
Or-
option. Them over to the Ravens.
or Purdy. Either one.
I
of
want to
them.
get rid of Purdy.
Either one of them, dog.
Yeah.
Either for Lamar
I would-
Jackson, either one of them is out. Because
Yeah.
Trey Lance is going to fit more of what Lamar is doing. So when he comes out and Trey goes in, I don't have to be the offense doesn't have to go through a drastic change.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
That will be one reason to keep Trey. Plus, so I could see him looking at Trey as being an understudy to Lamar.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of them gonna have to go though. Both of them valuable. I think Purdy's market actually would be better than Trey's though.
Yeah, I think Purdy's
Yes.
market is more valuable than Trey's right now.
So you put him for trade, you're gonna get more in return. That's how you get some of them picks back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You may even throw him in the Lamar Jackson trade.
didn't the 49ers just get like 7 or 8 picks in compensation?
Yes. Give us that shit. Yes, they did.
Man.
Yeah, I may even throw Purdy in that trade for Lamar.
Yeah.
Instead of them 2 picks,
But,
I can get you
man,
Purdy in the pick.
Seems like the 49ers got to rebuild their line.
They did lose some linemen, man.
Man, they
They
lose.
were getting
They
Really?
got rid of like 3 or 4, 3 starters at least.
Yeah,
I've seen-
that's gonna be dangerous. That is dangerous, but I trust my guys. I trust that they know what they're doing. But yes, they've been getting raided on that offensive line.
Yeah.
Now,
Talk about another team that's been getting raided.
everybody hypes up Dalvin Cook. The only thing Cook is good at is fantasy numbers. Let's be real. Dalvin Cook is not winning us games.
Mm.
So when it comes to Dalvin Cook, as a Vikings fan and not as a fantasy owner, I'm absolutely fine losing Dalvin Cook. Alexander Madison is a great backup who can easily take that number 1 role.
And he
run.
hasn't been taking many hits last year. He didn't take many at all
No.
last year, so he got
Yeah.
he got some time on him. That's an interesting take. That's an interesting take. Detroit picked up a couple of cornerbacks.
Yeah.
They went quiet, but they got Cam Sutton out of Pittsburgh. and they picked up another one. I don't know who it was or where, but I know they picked up another cornerback today. I saw that. So the thought that that first pick was going to go towards a cornerback is changing now. Now that people thinking, okay, so now where does this where? So now where are they going in the draft if that's the case? They re-signed Anzalone, and a lot of people here are upset with that because he's not a fan favorite here. Um, but if the worst free agent move they made was re-signing the one of their best, currently their best linebacker, okay.
I think they go DT in the draft.
I think they go DT or they go linebacker. I
Absolutely.
think there's a very strong possibility that they re-sign him, so they're gonna bring in a stud, a new young stud, and let him be his mentor.
Yeah.
Let him be the mentor and keep him around. And that's one way, or like you said, DT as well, because everybody thought they were going cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Now they picked up 2 cornerbacks today. So okay,
Yeah.
now what they gonna do?
I'm very interested to see where they go, and same with the Vikings. Cornerbacks, I want us to draft a cornerback, but it really depends on what this free agency market brings us.
Yeah,
OG.
yeah.
If otherwise, we're gonna have to look at wide receiver, get that number 3, that slot.
I just saw some some Detroit news.
What was that?
You guys just signed David Montgomery.
What?
The Lions just signed David Montgomery.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Who's that coming from?
Ian Rappaport, Mike
Oh
Garafolo.
no! Oh, and saying they're about to lose Jamal Williams. Whoa!
They might be getting ready
Boom.
to lose Jamal
I know where
Williams
Minnesota's going with that running back market.
because Jamal's they were negotiating Jamal's contract currently.
Yeah,
They
and it looks like they're going to lose Jamal, which I think is the biggest mistake they can make.
It is a mistake because he is a locker room presence. But I tell you what, I say not so fast. I wonder if they are willing to sacrifice DeAndre Swift
Ooh.
on the trade market.
Man, that's tough. That's tough because that running game last year is what set up that passing game to be as remarkable as it ended up being. That would be tough to
He's
do.
injury prone. So
This
That's
he
is
the
gets
same
hurt
thing.
he gets hurt every single season. Every season he gets injured. And
I think that's why the Bears didn't re-sign David Montgomery too. It's because the last 2 seasons he's been hurt for 5 to 6 games a season.
so they might just keep all 3 of them. They might keep all 3 of them. So we just won't forget.
no.
I mean, Khalil Herbert has
I
been
don't
more
know where they're
reliable
gonna
than
go.
David Montgomery.
And I have no idea what the Lions are about to do with this offense.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
This offseason's getting really interesting, and we're only in day 2 of the goddamn free agency.
But that's I don't know, man. Somebody's out. It may be Jamal. I hate to see it, but it may be
Jamal's gone. Yeah, Jamal's, according to what I just read from Ian Rappaport, Jamal Williams is basically gone. If Minnesota trades away Dalvin, I know where Jamal Williams is going because they need that presence in that locker room. They need that energy in the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lions would miss him. The Lions would definitely miss him.
Yeah.
That's a big loss to me. Not a lot of people are talking about Jamal Williams like that, but
That's a
when
huge.
you look at the locker room presence and the kind of morale someone like him brings to the locker
I
room,
agree.
that's
I agree. That would be a huge loss. Anyway, anything else big jumping off, or can we shut it down?
We can shut it down.
Let's
I
shut that
think
down.
we did shut it down too, man. I want to thank y'all for joining us, and I want to thank y'all for joining me, Big Ed and Waves, the Nasty Boys, and this is the off season. I want to thank y'all for coming. We're gonna check y'all out. If you like what you see, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. On behalf of the Nasty Boys, we out. Peace.